should go top right. While the coronal hole crosses center disk and the existing sunspots remain quiet, a new active region develops quickly on the north as it's departing our view. And it has already released a few solar flares this morning with a peak event at M2.7. Again, not fired at Earth, but she's stirring. Top quake of the last day was a 6-pointer in Fiji. The globe has been below average seismicity here a few months actually. This one luckily isn't too big and it was very deep, a blood echo 600 kilometers down. Quick look here at the Caribbean. Eyes open there and up to Florida as Hurricane Elsa is charging in towards those islands today. Our first article requires us to go back to the background we hit yesterday. First, they discovered galaxies like pearls on a string. Yesterday, we reported that they found the same at the stellar level, and how appropriate that one day after we scaled down the pearls on a string from galaxies to stars. Let's go ahead and scale it up today from galaxies to galaxy clusters. The northern clump is a group of galaxies. It's centered in this image. They present a tremendous X-ray signature, and in radio, we see what looks to our perspective to be a flying V in space. It's actually a faint signature of the intergalactic highway, shining lightly in radio waves. The pearls on a string works for clusters of galaxies in the cosmic web as well. Folks, this is the most recent solid sunspot cycle chart. It is from Nature and includes the run-up so far of sunspot cycle 25. What you should be noticing is the general downward trend in solar activity over the last 75 years. It's one of the signs that grand solar minimum may be coming after this cycle. We have already risen enough in cycle 25 to say it won't be this cycle and hasn't started yet. But take that consistently declining sunspot activity, realize that as expected, the solar flaring, solar wind strength, and geomagnetic storms have all been dropping out with the drop in sunspots. But there's one thing that has not been dropping: the ionospheric disturbance. Folks, how do you get a weaker sun, but the same ionospheric excitement? You decrease the magnetic shield standing between them. And that's exactly what's happening here. When they identify the core consistency as the moderate disruption rather than the geomagnetic storms, it helps us confirm that it is the constant bombardment rising.